Hello and welcome to my home. Today I'm going to talk to you about growing zucchini in your container garden. But before we go there, I want to let you know I have other types of videos on my channel. I have easy to prepare recipes, product reviews, meditation videos, and other videos on growing a variety of vegetables in containers. So let's go talk about zucchinis. Before I show you how to actually plant the zucchini, I want to talk about there's so many different varieties to meet your growing needs. If, for example, you want a quicker producing type zucchini, or maybe you're in an area that has a short summer season, or maybe you're just planting late in the season. Now this is the first part of June. It's not exactly late, but you may want to grow varieties that produce quicker. Now the one that I am going to be growing is called the Black Beauty, and that produces in about 50 days. There's another variety called the Green Machine, and that also produces in about 50 days. So keep those in mind. And there's others. That's for just container gardening. You want to pick those that are not going to be especially big. Now the two I just named are good for container gardening, but if you have a really small space, there's a type of zucchini that is called a round zucchini, and it gets about the size of, I want to say, a large beefsteak or a large Cherokee purple tomato, about that size. So it's very manageable if you're going in a very small restricted area. Generally zucchini takes 6 to 8 hours of sunlight, just like your normal vegetable crop. Moist soil, so during germination and while they're growing, make sure to keep your container moist, not muddy, just moist, because they like a lot of water. Now you're going to harvest these, depending on the variety, when they're about 6 to 8 inches long. Now when you buy your seeds, or if you're buying plants, it should tell you the proper picking time for your particular zucchini. Lastly, there are some variety of zucchinis that they grow on very long vines, or the fruit themselves, I'm sorry, not the fruit, the vegetables themselves are extremely long. So be on the lookout for those, because in a normal container garden you may not want to tackle that type of zucchini. Next I'm going to show you how you plant them. You just plant them 1 inch deep. You're using potting mix, and I use an all-purpose fertilizer, and generally I put about a hand scoop worth of that fertilizer and mix it into the soil, and plant the, well, actually also wet the soil and then plant the seeds, excuse me, and you should be good to go. So let's go take a look at that process. So here I have this grow bag. It's a really large grow bag, and I have my 2 zucchinis in each one. Now I'm going to remove 1 zucchini from each container because there's really only enough room for one, but I was just starting them in here. So you can see that I'm going to turn to this one. I'm going to use a tomato cage to help support the zucchini. Now again, I'm growing the Black Beauty, and I'm going to show you how I plant. And this container, just like I mentioned, it has potting mix in it. This is a grow bag, so I didn't have to put any drain holes in it because the cloth allows good drainage. And I put in, actually these containers were kind of big, I put 2 handfuls of all-purpose fertilizer in the container. And it's very simple. Let me show you the seeds. And that's what the seeds look like. They're pretty decent sized seeds, like the size, I'm gonna say like a watermelon seed. They're a good size. So let me show you how I do this. I just take my finger and do a 1 inch deep little trench. Very simple. Put a little water in there. Even if you just want one plant, plant multiple seeds, because you don't know what the germination rate's going to be, and you can always thin out the rest of them. You put them in there, cover up with the soil, pat it in, give it another drink of water. Now I'm not watering the whole container because I have plants growing in here, but if it was a container by itself with these 2 seeds, I would be watering the whole container. Now let's suppose you bought a zucchini plant. Still very simple. I'm going to demonstrate on this one. Let's pretend this one was sitting in one of those pots that you buy at the big box store, or at your garden center, I should say. So you're going to gently pull it out of the container, dig a hole that's going to keep it at about the same depth as when you got it out the pot. The same depth as you got it out the pot. And put it in the hole and firm around it. Water it in. And again, you're going to mix in fertilizer, even if you're transplanting from another container that you bought at a store, and you're good to go. If you like that video, hit the thumbs up like button and consider subscribing to my channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I've uploaded a new video. That's it for now. Bye-bye.